Are the days of the free spending LA Clippers coming to an end? How much time does Miguel Vargas have to turn his season around with the Dodgers? And there doesn't really seem to be a plan yet emerging for the LA Kings and Nets. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. So it is June 29th, 2023. I'm back in Tulsa, Oklahoma to work. Not that happy about it, but I'm still happy because we added a new subscriber to the Angeleno Familia yesterday. Thank you. If you did not hear, we also have an El Trafico jersey giveaway. I have one of the LA kit for LA Galaxy and an inaugural season kit for LAFC. If you want a chance to win that jersey, subscribe to the channel and then comment. Tell me which jersey you want. We will announce the winner on July 5th. There's a clip on this channel. You can look at the two jerseys. Tell me which one you think would make the ladies go, hey. But at any rate, if you enjoy being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And comment. There's always good stuff to talk about with LA sports. Before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Mookie Betts hit his 20th home run of the season, but the Dodgers fell to Colorado 9-8. Not too big of a loss. The Dodgers remain 3 games behind the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NL West. Meanwhile, Chicago defeated the Sparks 80-63. LA is back below 500 yet again. We're about almost halfway through the WNBA regular season. I don't want to sit there and tell you that the Sparks are terrible or that they suck, but they're kind of sub-mediocre. I don't even know if anybody's used the phrase sub-mediocre in human history, but that seems to be what comes to mind when I think of the LA Sparks right now. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers are in Colorado again at 5:30. Emmett Sheehan is 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA. Chase Anderson, 0-1 with a 4.72 ERA. Now, we all know that Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has more money than we can even possibly comprehend. You could get all the Greek philosophers out at the Parthenon and they could drink their hemlock or God knows what, and before they drift off into a blissful slumber, they could all philosophize over how big the stack of cash is that the Clippers owner has. I couldn't even comprehend it. But that doesn't mean it's a bottomless well of cash. And I bring that up because the Clippers yesterday waived guard Eric Gordon and his $21 million salary for next year. This is according to ESPN. Now, having said that, it's not simply that he's trying to save $21 million. This move saves the Clippers money in a variety of ways. If you recall, there's a new collective bargaining agreement with the players' union. Teams that are significantly over the salary cap now pay even stronger penalties than they would have before. This move does not just save the Clippers $21 million in salary, it also saves them $110 million in salary cap taxes. $110 million. Wow! So literally, it's what, $131 million in savings? Or you keep a 34-year-old guard. Exactly. Now, to be clear, this move does not get the Clippers under the cap. Not even close. So there are not savings from this move that you could say apply to keeping Russell Westbrook. That's not true. But it also brings to mind some of these wider questions, these really weird questions we've been hearing about the Clippers. We were hearing trade rumors about Paul George just as recently as last week. Do you recall that? And I was sitting there going, nah, that's not happening. And it turns out, of course it wasn't happening. There's no such thing as getting fair value for Paul George. He's too important. You can never get equal trade value for that. But here's another awkward question. Would the Clippers let either Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, or both, walk next year? Would they? I doubt it. I totally doubt it. But having said that, there is a case to be made despite the fact that the Clippers are about to move into a new arena, the Intuit Arena out in Inglewood in 2024. I'm sharing this with you because it tells me that the days of the free spending Clippers the brakes have to be applied. The salary cap is just too strong. Zach Lowe of ESPN notes that Kawhi Leonard is eligible for a contract extension the day after tomorrow, and Paul George a couple of months later. Now, if you're one of those two players, what are you going to do? You want the max. You're going to be like, hey, we played really hard for you. We're doing what we got to do. We're superstars. Pay us the max. 4-year deal, right? But I'm not sure the Clippers would offer the max. Why? A 4-year extension. Look, Paul George is now 33 years old. Would you give him a max deal for 4 years? Kawhi Leonard, oft-injured Kawhi Leonard, 31 years old. Would you offer him another 4 years at a maximum contract? So this is an issue. It is an issue because they're not satisfied with the results that they've been getting from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They know that they have talent. When they're on the court, the Clippers are a damn strong basketball team, but they were looking for NBA titles. They didn't get any. No titles, but if you let them walk, you're going into a brand new arena without superstars. With the Lakers, of course, still being in contention for a title. Would you do that? You tell me. In order to add Max Muncy back to the roster, Michael Bush was sent back down to AAA Oklahoma City for the Dodgers. Dave Roberts said Bush's second stint in the majors was fruitful, especially since Bush is not a third baseman and they had him playing third base to get on the field. Quote, I applaud Michael. To take on a new position and to play it like he has, to work hard, it's great, unquote. But there's a note for the Dodgers, however. We've been talking about pitchers coming up from the minors, and maybe they struggle, except for, say, an Emmett Sheehan. Maybe they struggle, maybe they're learning. But what about the position players? James Outman is struggling. He's hitting .235. But Miguel Vargas is even worse. Last night, he went 0 for 3. His batting average has dropped down to 198. He was pinch hit for toward the end of the game. Max Muncy came on for him. And Roberts is admitting Vargas is pressing. He says that Vargas is seeing pitches that he should be driving, and instead, he's only fouling them off. Roberts said that this is a tough call because Vargas is going to need days off to get his mind back, to get back on track. But how much time off is too much time off? How much bench time messes with the player's psyche so that he even digs himself into an even further hole? Do you flat out bench the guy? And oh, by the way, we mentioned about Michael Bush playing third base. He's a second baseman by trade, which is exactly where Miguel Vargas is playing. So, questions for the Dodgers in middle infield. How much cap space do the LA Kings have? We don't really know. Cap Friendly, just 2 nights ago, after the trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois and Dubois' contract extension, Cap Friendly claimed it was $4.5 million. Then there's a blog that focuses heavily on the Kings that says LA has just $300,000 in salary cap space. And by the way, they still have holes on the roster. They literally do not have a backup goalie right now. So I don't have a solution to this question. I'm just saying this is something that Rob Blake has no choice but to solve. There has to be a cut made in order to fit somebody on there. Now, you might say, okay, well, for the draft, the NHL draft continues today. The Kings didn't have a pick in the first round. They do have one pick from rounds 2 through 6. But I'm here to tell you, They are not going to find a number one goalie. That's not going to happen. Not today. You draft in the NHL, it's a lot like the Major League Baseball draft. You're stocking your minor league system in the NHL draft. These guys are not going to be debuting in the NHL anytime soon. So you might have been saying, after that Pierre-Luc Dubois trade from a couple of days ago, wait, isn't the bigger problem in goal? Doesn't Winnipeg have an elite goalie that they wanted to get rid of? Yeah, they do have a pretty damn good goalie in Connor Hellebuck. And you might be saying, well, James, why not send that package for him instead of Dubois? I have an answer for you. It's because hockey writers across North America are saying that the Kings did not give up enough for Dubois. Yeah. They're saying that Winnipeg should have gotten at least another high draft pick or a higher one, a first rounder for Dubois, but the Kings didn't have a first rounder to give up, and nobody else in the NHL was going to overpay for Dubois because Dubois clearly wanted to play in a big city, like a Los Angeles, like a Montreal. Dubois had leverage. He was demanding a trade. Hellebuck is not demanding a trade. So because Hellebuck is not demanding a trade, there's no more leverage for the Kings. They would have had to have paid more to get the goalie as opposed to Dubois. Lakers guard Dennis Schroeder, I should say free agent guard Dennis Schroeder, says that he wants to sign a contract with the team before July 4th, obviously Tuesday. He said he did want to stay in LA. He didn't necessarily say Lakers or Clippers, but considering what we said earlier about the salary cap of the Clippers, it's kind of obvious he means the Lakers. I cannot break down anything in detail about the announcement because he said it in German. Why? Why would you do that to us? Is the Bolts pass rush overrated? Chargers pass rush. We've been saying all along that, wow, this pass rush is going to be a handful to deal with. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. But CBS Sports ranked the top 10 edge rushers in the league, and neither Joey Bosa or Khalil Mack were on that list. Keep in mind, Bosa was on that list last year, but he got hurt. Now, I'm not trying to say this to troll you if you're a Chargers fan, but the question is there. Is it possible that the Chargers pass rush is overrated? You let me know. Legendary striker Robbie Keane, who's played in the Premier League, had a wonderful run with the LA Galaxy, is starting his coaching career. He has his first managing job. He is off to Israel to coach Maccabi Tel Aviv. All I'm going to say is I hope that that's nowhere near Hamas. Hamas FC. I like Robbie Keane. I don't want bad things to happen to him, right? We don't need PLOFC dropping bombs on the stadium. That's all I'm saying. Good luck, coach. Much love. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Let me know what you think about the Clippers' immediate future with the salary cap. Let me know about Miguel Vargas or the Dodgers' future in middle infield. And don't forget to join the El Trafico kit giveaway. Subscribe to the channel and say which kit you want. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We talk LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.